To you and yours, apologies for running late. If you're on the access, the list from Buhari, do stay into town. Let's just hope the road safety is able to lift off the truck that is blocking the road. In fact, the diversion is major. You'd have to face the other side of the road, viewing up around the curve to the express using the opposite lane, and then go around and make a large turn. I can just imagine the build-up of the traffic there. After 5, there was traffic already. Can imagine what that feels like by the time people are driving through now. So in case you're wondering what's going on in front of you and you're driving through that path, well, that's just a quick description. The road safety were already there at that time with their major truck, lifter, trying to get that vehicle off the road. But if it's off the road, I'm sure things will come around. But if it's not, my dear, the things that will happen on that axis today will be major. All right, let me check in with the papers for today and just read as many of them as I can very quickly for you as we go through the papers for today. Do remember the stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we are Nigeria Info are here to inform you of the headlines.
This is Morning Crossfire.
I'd like to take a look at Daily Trust, Punch, newspaper, and The Nation. Dollar crisis, federal government urged to announce foreign remittance and informal markets. Tinubu, despite challenges, no going back on my reforms. What Nigerians really need from the government. Agric Ministry, NEMA, working out modalities for grains distribution across Nigeria. Akeredolu spoke truth to power. Governor Ayedatiwa speaks about his former boss. Labor crisis, police release national chairman Abure on bail. 744.5 million naira legal fees, not for lawyers alone, says Obi. Food crisis, Makinde hits Akpabio, says no governor got 30 billion naira. Okay, you remember I played for you where there were talks yesterday where Akpabio did say, the president of the Senate said he heard unverified report that the governors got some amount of money, could be as much as 30 billion. Well, Makinde is saying, no, that's not true. Makinde is the governor of Oyo State. At the PDP Cuba now, 2 candidates emerged from parallel primaries. NWC acting on fraud, forgery, allegations against Abure, says Labour Party. Hachip, Sanwo-Olu approves slash in transportation fare, permits civil servants to work from home. Okay, and that starts on that. You'd also have NGO pushes for more local engagement in climate change advocacy. All right, number of private universities hit 149 as federal government approves 2 more. You'd also find 744.5 million naira legal fees, not for lawyers alone. And now to Punch newspaper. Sanwo-Olu approves work from home, slashes transport fare. Lagos Ogun police begin joint Lagos-Ibadan expressway patrol. Money laundering via cryptocurrency drops by $9 billion, according to a report. Pro-Amechi APC faction denies defecting to PDP and working for Wike. Obi, Labour Party lawmakers knock police as Abure regains freedom. Palliative palaver, Governor Stako Akpabio denying receiving federal government's 1 trillion naira lifeline. Manufacturing and others suffer as economy slows to a 3-year low. In Edo State, Ighodalo emerges PDP candidate, Shuaibu wins parallel primary. Federal government plans cooking gas export ban to crash price. Military, police, NEMA conduct search, rescue drills in Rivers State. And then you'd also find 48 Kwasu students and others arrested for alleged cybercrime. Retired teachers lament as suspected land grabbers terrorize Lagos estate. Police kill fleeing suspected kidnapper in Niger State. Lagos State government warns against false domestic sexual violence allegations. Deposed Anambra monarch sues Soludo, demands 50 million naira damages. Pedestrians panic over lack of railings on Lagos Bridge. And now to the nation. You'd find from the nation, President knocks permanent secretaries for slowing down governance. Akeredolu takes final blow in a war. Final bow, I beg to say. Final bow in a war today. Food crisis. Lagos Ogun Customs unveil palliatives. And then you have cooking gas exports may end to cut prices. Military warns coup advocates. Lassa fever kills 4 at Army Hospital in Kaduna. Makinde attacks Akpabio over 30 billion naira claim. Senate passes Southeast Development Commission bill. Federal government insists strike course can scare investors away. Ex-Kwara governor for trial over 1.6 billion naira blown on chartered jets. We are monitoring situation, says government. Senate confirms Cardoso, 11 others CBN MPC members. Stop free floating of naira, Olawepo Ashim tells federal government. The poor, elderly, vulnerable to get free allocation. Other stories still with the nation for today. You find, pretty much I see lots of editorials and opinion now. Simpericus Day at Villa. Okay, that looks like an old story there. Anyway, that's that. I'll just take on Vanguard only. Vanguard now and just round off. Alleged breach of contracts. Court declines Davido's application for stay of proceedings. NLC blames IMF, World Bank for power sector crisis in Nigeria. Be patient. CBN working to strengthen the naira. Cardoso begs Nigerians. APC digging its own grave in Edo. That's according to Azu Ishekowene. Need for zonal development bodies. After the AU summit, Africa continues its drift. That's there. Owi Lakamefa, that's an opinion piece there. Gadolo Shuaibu emerges PDP governorship candidates from parallel primaries for Edo 2024. Region no longer marginalized, says Akpabio, as Senate passes Southeast Development Commission bill. Edo 2024, I'll reach out to other aspirants to work for PDP. That's according to Gadalo. All right. Governor Otu announces fresh APC governor direct primaries in Edo State. Abure released after 12 hours in police custody. Sunday Igboho returns to Nigeria. House of some Lagos government officials were also demolished, says Sanwo-Olu. All right. Well, these are stories as we have them across the Vanguard, The Nation, Punch, and Daily Trust for today. Do remember the stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info this very morning, okay? Just to let you know all the stories, as many of them as we can. Let's take on your calls at this time.
This is Morning Crossfire.
All right, well, let's listen to you on 080-9597-4869. You can also join in on WhatsApp on 080-999-30137. Okay, that's the WhatsApp line to complement the efforts of the main line. Do remember to follow through with the editorial guide. Your calls need to be devoid of hateful speech, lies, and fake news. All right? Good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning, World Class Dr. Femi de Amele.
Yes.
Good morning, Nigeria Info family.
Welcome.
I was your night as the family. I think people can use that when you reach Soka, they can use that runabout to follow through Phase 4 Kubwa now.
Yes.
To go and connect through that Federal Housing Bridge.
That's if it has not spread back.
If it has not spread, because following that one way again is another risk on its own.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, that great jersey you are wearing, keep it for me. Put Tinubu Pekin as the name for back, I beg. I remember Ambassador Abakara Leke Tinubu Pekin calling from PW Kubwa. let me state unequivocally that I support Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I'm praying and fasting for him to succeed. We cannot afford him to fail. Failing means he has failed the greatest black nation in the world. His policies, if he say he's not going back, I pray not going back will emancipate this country. I pray he not going back, he has seen what majority of us are not able to see. God bless the Republic of Nigeria, Mr. President. God guide you. May you achieve what you have seen that we have not seen. Meanwhile, keep my jersey at the comfort. If I give dry cleaner, thank you very much.
Only you by yourself. Okay, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Dr. Femi D. Amale. How are you? How is your lovely spouse?
All right, welcome.
Customs and other state governments still insisting on implementing sharing of palliatives. We, the common owners of national wealth, the downtrodden masses, we don't have anything to do with palliatives. We can be the owner of the resources, those who voted, those in power. And you are giving us pretense. It will not sustain people. That is why there is hunger everywhere. And the palliative is just for the cronies of those in power. The majority, it will not reach them. We should return to a subsidy regime. The subsidy will reach even the dead in the mortuary. Dr. Femi D, dead bodies are decomposing because of rationing of energy in the mortuary. People cannot travel. People cannot go to work. The economically is totally crippled, totally destroyed. It is killing business, trade, investment. It is not creating job opportunity. People are losing faith in democracy in Nigeria. Democracy cannot provide jobs, cannot provide security. It is causing chaos.
Well, the brand of democracy we have practiced and the way we have it's maybe that's what you mean, not essentially democracy in itself, but I mean the leaders that are practicing the democracy.
The democracy is losing followership globally. We've seen a case of fraudulent elections spreading worldwide. You see what is happening?
Maybe African-wide, though, not worldwide, though. African-wide. Well, we just have to get it right. We just have to get it right. Thank you. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to connect with you.
My name is AK.
Your name is?
AK.
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 Okay, welcome.
Okay. Federal government saying that incessant strike will scare off investors. And they've failed to tell Nigeria how large-scale corruption is scaring investors away. How insecurity is scaring investors. How lack of power and energy is scaring the investors. And the governors have come out with the fact that the federal government gave them 30 billion naira. I don't know why the federal government keeps lying to its people. They say it gave 30 billion naira to the governors, and it turned out to be a lie. He said he promised them 35,000 naira with award. It turned out to be lies. He said you shared grains. Till today, we have not seen any grains. Does that show a government that is liable? And somebody will come up and will support the government blindly, whether right or wrong. You will be following the government when you see they are saying things that they are not doing, and you keep on saying the government will succeed with such lies. Thank you.
All right. Well, everybody has to reason. You can support someone and yet still be critical of what they do or how they do it. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Timothy.
Yes. How are you today?
Good. This is Mr. Charles calling from Usetu.
All right, Mr. Charles. Let's hear you quickly.
Southeast Development Commission bill passed in the Senate, and the Senate President said the East are no longer marginalized. The last time I checked, he is now the spokesperson of the East, and what makes them marginalized or not. We want the ports, the waterways in the East to be developed, and also want viable international airports working in the East. the East wants Mr. Maziman the Kami to be released. That's even number one step to make peace in the East.
Okay.
That's number one. Without that, there won't be any peace.
So,
Thirdly, whatever they are, all these political brouhaha they are playing, they know the people.
All right.
They don't go by sentiment. They know what they want.
okay, thank you so much. Let me read some messages from Facebook quickly. Dr. Monsieur Libera says, we're tired of hearing them. If they don't know how to handle the myriads of problems, they should throw in the towel. Doesn't the chief of defense know where to channel his warning on coup? How does that concern the masses? These people serve. Also, Francis says he's watching from Enugu. He says, good morning from D. Thank God it's Friday. Keep up the good work. Mwazu John Lasisi from Jigo in Buhari says, no going back on reform by Tinubu. Reform should touch everyone, no matter who you are. But as it is now, the poor masses are the most touched. Let your reform be very fast because we are tired and living in hunger every day. Save our soul, Biko. He writes. Also, you have also Francis saying, government at all levels should collaborate to address the current and cheap hunger and high cost of living in this country. Honestly, the average Nigerians are really suffering. Which way Nigeria? Also, Francis from Enugu State there. Olive writes and he says, good morning, Femi. May the soul of former Ondo State Governor rest in peace. Amen. B.M. Chang Abila says, good morning, Femi. The president said no going back on his reforms. What reforms are we talking about? Is it the reforms that made dollar 1,900 naira, made rice 70,000 naira, made people dying out of starvation and can no longer pay transport to work? God have mercy, he writes. Okay? That would have to be some of the messages I do have from Facebook this very morning. All right, after the break, what reforms are the president talking about? Also, Atiala says people should stop profiling them as terrorist group. Sheyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, takes a jab at the Senate president and says, which money are you talking about? Military talks about their success as well. We'd like to share this with you. In Edo State, it's two gubernatorial candidates, if I would say. This and more coming up next.
A giant of Africa once said, life is good when you stream. So we did it for you. The soft life queen driven by ambition. The loyal fan that never misses a single game. Here we stream for you.
Audio Jungle.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
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 This is Nigeria Info.